Hello. 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 Let's just, real quick, I'm gonna test the audio. I'm not sure if anyone's ever gonna even come to a stream like this. But, in the off chance... Let's just, real quick, I'm gonna test the audio. I'm not sure if anyone's ever gonna even come to a stream like this. But, in the off chance... Okay, now we're gonna try audio like this. Sorry, I'm not used to audio working with. Let's just, real quick, I'm gonna test the audio. I'm not sure if anyone's ever gonna even come to a stream like this. But, in the off chance... My voice do be kind of quiet right now. Okay, now we're gonna try
I don't know why, though.
like this. Sorry, I'm not used to audio working with. Let's just, real quick, I'm gonna test the audio. I'm not sure if anyone's ever gonna even come to a stream like this. But, in the off chance... My voice do be kind of quiet right now. Okay, now we're gonna try
I don't know why, though.
like this. Sorry, I'm not used to audio working with. Let's just, Alright. Let's go with that, because I'm just going like 9 levels into this now. I'll check again in a minute. But, as you saw before, I said I have 1 hour to complete, or see how far I can get in Flappybird. So we're going to do that now. Let's set timer, go. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I was never one to be that good at Flappybird. And why is that number there? That's really in the way. I'm gonna have to reset. Oh, it's very chill. I'll check my stream in a second. Here. Sorry about that. It's just I need to make sure audio is good. Okay, we're not dealing with this. Let's restart. In the way. I'm gonna have to reset. Oh, it's very chill. I'll check my stream in a second. Yeah, okay. That works. Turn it back on. I'll just turn the music down a little bit and we will call it there. Alright, we're going. Oh man, I haven't played Flappybird in... My game froze. That's... Hello? Okay, that was super weird. This world doesn't want me to play Flappybird today. But I'm going to. Look at me now, guys. I have all these cool fancy things. I set up a timer on my stream. That's pretty epic, I'd say. Now, like I said, this stream is just going to be an hour of chill vibes. I have a lo-fi playlist going. I don't listen to lo-fi very often, but I found one that I thought was nice. And, hopefully I don't get copyright striked. Yeah, we're gonna, in the next hour, just see how far we can get. My goal is to maybe hit 100 because, I mean, I don't find the game to be too bad, honestly. But, as you can see from here, I'm not doing too good as soon as I start talking. I'm usually fine when I'm talking, but today I'm doing quite terrible. Yeah, as you can see, I play Flappybird a little bit. Like, I never truly, like, play. I just, like, every once in a while give it an attempt. But I've gotten 22, so we're gonna see how we can do here. I'm going silent. Darn it to heck. One more time. Okay, that was super weird. This world doesn't want me to play Flappy Bird today. But I'm going to. Look at me now, guys. I have all these cool fancy things. I set up a timer on my stream. It's pretty epic, I'd say. Now, like I said, this... Huh. Oh, that wasn't live. See, I may have a fancy stream right now, but I suck at live streaming. I thought my stream was behind. I was just playing it behind on my... Oh my god. I went back like 3 minutes and I was super confused. I forgot to start the music up again. I won't check it anymore, I'm confident. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not many people come to streams like this, but I enjoy streaming, even if I'm talking to no one. Even if it's something as lo-fi as this, I'm basically just putting an hour of my night into talking to myself, but I'm fully happy to do this. Sometimes you need a little bit of relaxation and just talking. I don't know, so many people get mad playing this game. I find it quite peaceful. I like this game a lot. I don't know. Flappy Bird's a game you can very easily get angry at if you're trying really hard, and it's a game you can very easily just meditate and play. Like, I haven't even gotten to 20s yet in this stream, but it's only been like 5 minutes. And I seem to be having a good time. Okay, I'm gonna focus for this one attempt and go silent. I totally messed up my finger. I just didn't press. Oh, it's been a long day. Yeah, I don't know why. I've had this stream idea for a long time. I just never did it. I had it as an idea. I made the template for the stream. The stupid rage faces. Like, I don't know. Couldn't even say. It was a while ago, though. And I don't know, I just never got around to it, but I figured now I'll get around to it. Nothing really changed, I just decided to. And I'm enjoying it, I guess. I mean, I want to make Flappy Bird, 1 hour of Flappy Bird, kind of a regular stream thing. I mean, I don't stream regularly, but whenever I stream, I'll just keep in mind to do this every once in a while, because it seems to be a very chill stream I can do to just kind of let the mind be at ease. Oh, wait, really quick, I'm gonna add some text and say I don't really know how to use anything. Text, free type. not using Helvetica. I'll use... I'm not sure where that even is. Where did it go? Transform. Dude, I don't have time to figure out how to do this right now. We're almost a 6 through. That's alright. That's crazy. I always realize once you put a timer on things, it feels like life goes by faster. I used to speedrun Mario Odyssey, and when I used to, I still play the game casually every once in a while. Sometimes I'll play through the whole thing, and sometimes I'll just play to beat it, like I used to. And I notice I don't time myself anymore, and the time, although I know very similar, it's very similar to how I used to be. I don't know, the time just doesn't feel like it goes by as fast. It's cool. This conversation sounds sad with this music in the background, but oh no. It's neat to me because like 10 minutes now have gone by, and could have sworn 2 minutes went by. Like, it's just how weird time is with when there's a timer. And sometimes timer can make things go by even slower. Like when I work, man, if I'm working an 8-hour shift like I am tomorrow, I'll watch that clock and it'll never tick. It's the weird thing about it. If you enjoy what you're doing, time will go by fast. And it'll go by even faster if you have a clock on. And if you don't like what you're doing, time will go by slow and even slower if you have a clock on. Am I talking about anything? I mean, what else would I talk about? I'm playing Flappybird. I mean, I could go into every single pixel of this game and talk about it in depth, probably, if I wanted to for the next hour, but I don't really want to do that. I guess I could talk about some memories with Flappybird. I remember it as a kid. Actually, I never had a phone until this year, right? Because I'm still 16, right? So I got a phone October of this year because I finally felt it was necessary. And I remember my brother had a phone, and I remember when Flappybird was in its peak. Right, people were downloading it every second. The guy was making a lot of money. I can't remember the absurd amount of money he was making, but it was a lot of money. And I remember watching like Annoying Orange back in the day, and I watched Dane Bowe, the guy who created it. He made a video. It was fake, but I thought it was real because every kid's impressionable on the internet. So when they see something like, I gotta try it because I think it's real. He had this fake video he made where he said if you like press the title screen 5 times and then like die 4 times and then do some other stuff, the game will then revert over to a new game called Crappy Bird. And I think the objective was to just like poop on things. I have no idea, but I remember talking to my parents, or my dad and my brother, because my mom was at school, I think, or work maybe, I'm not sure. But I remember talking to my dad and my brother. I'm like, yo, do you guys have Flappy Bird on your phone? And my dad was like, of course I don't. I'm 40, right? And my brother was like, yeah, I do, because he kept it through even when he took it off the App Store. And I was trying it. I was like, it's not working. It's not working. It's not working. I showed them the video, and they're like, Riley, come on now, buddy. It's hilarious. That was the first time, I think, like, I always knew things were fake, but it's always deceptible to things like that, where it's like the video was treated very real, and it seems like something that's very real, and it was made professionally. It's something that can easily trick I don't know what I was, 8-year-old, right? And, oh man, yeah, I just remember watching that video, and I was like, it's not working. And that was the first time I realized, like, never to trust the internet. Like, I always knew when things were fake, and I knew when things were bad, what people would do and whatever. But that was the first time I knew, just like, the internet can do so many things, so don't just blatantly go down believing everything you hear. Right? Obviously, it wasn't like a horrible incident that got me to that state. Like, I wasn't like a flat earther. I wasn't convinced to be a flat earther before that and then proven otherwise. It was just Flappybird does not have this secret hidden game inside of it. And that was my thing. Some people still haven't learned it though. They got their flat earth stuff, and you know what? You can enjoy being flat earthers all you want, and I will just let you exist. Because that's it, you know, people are fighting flat earthers. It's like, they're not going to change their mind, right? There's people who are just like, they have opinions and they're never going to change their minds, right? I think for major things it's important, you know? Like, Black Lives Matter is an amazing movement because it's changing things for the right and that need to be changed. But something like, I see so many more people, or about the same amount of people, fighting people with flat earth than I do like the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm just like, can we like put our time to something else? I'm going political right now and I don't like it. I just went there with my brain. It's like, that's a weird thing that we do. But I mean, that's how the internet is. Everyone's opinion is everywhere. So then obviously there's never going to be an opinion where everyone will agree with it, right? Even saying like murder is bad, a murderer will come and be like, actually, I think if we if we normalize murder, it won't be as bad anymore. You can't win. I'm trying to think, is there one sentence you can say where everyone agrees? Not even Will Smith. He assaulted a man on live television in front of what they say is millions, but really there's probably about 4 or 5 people watching the Oscars, right? And people are still on his side. I don't even know if there's anything you could say, tweet, show, anything where people are on the same page, even if it's negative page or positive page. I don't think there's any time. We going. God, on the more YouTube side, I mean, I'm gonna probably make an update video. Probably start editing it actually after this. But I mean, I never usually make videos, at least anymore, because or not videos themselves. I never usually make update videos anymore because, you know, I'm still a kid, right? I'm 15, 16, or I'm 16. Why did I say 15, 16? It's not the year 2015 and 16. Who am I? Graduating? That was a bad joke. Yeah, but I'm like a kid, so I kind of learned through my whole YouTube journey to take it less, I don't know, serious in a tone of hurting myself. Right? Because it's not like I was ever, like, hurting myself physically. It was always just a mental battle I played with myself, right? In the first years that I got it, I always enjoyed it, right? and that's because it was basically just record and then upload it to YouTube. And I was fine with that, and I enjoyed doing that. But then when I started editing videos, I really like editing. It's definitely my favorite part of the process of making a video. That's why I've been editing, and I always spend like 20 to 30 hours on a video editing. You wouldn't think so, but these 6 to 8 minute videos, they always take like 20 hours to edit. Now, I mean, like, I could do it more efficiently or do it any other way, but I don't know. I work it until I believe it's perfect, and what can I say? I guess I'm nitpicky. But even with editing now taking this amount of time, I feel like I put less pressure on myself. When I started editing, I always knew that it was exactly double whatever I recorded for was. Now I don't even know. I record for like generally an hour to an hour 20 for a video now, and it takes like 20 hours to edit. So that's like 20 times now. But that's because I actually make good videos now. In my opinion, I think they're great videos. I never make something that I don't like anymore. I decided to do. And when I first started editing, I would always make a video, and I always planned to I always put pressure on myself to go weekly or bi-weekly or whatever. And it's like, that's not possible for someone who doesn't do it as a full-time job, right? Not even PewDiePie could do that. He has an editor, and he needs that editor to work 24/7 so that he can get a video out every single day, right? And I was trying to do that as at the time a 13, 14-year-old, I think, around there. And then around a year, a bit ago, I learned, I think I lost for a bit that it's supposed to be fun, right? The whole reason why I did YouTube was because I wanted it to be fun. Because I remember when I was 5 years old, going onto the computer and finding Chugga Conroy videos of him playing Mario Galaxy and playing along with him, watching him play Super Smash Bros. Brawl on the Runaway Guys channel, and watching him play Mario Sunshine. Like, those are some of my earliest memories, right? And that was when this whole dream of mine came to be, right? And I'm lucky that it came to fruition for me. I don't have a career out of it, but I was able to have support from the people who I care about to help me get it going. I was able to get the equipment to do it, and I was able to commit to it and enjoy it throughout my whole process. And it's something that I really do want to do. I'm going to do something in film, or if I could make videos or just anything in this world. That's what I want to do, and I'm lucky enough to have found that. But there was a moment in time for about a year, or maybe a year and a half, where I was just editing videos that would take double the time that it took to record them. And I never was once proud of them, and I was overworking myself. And it took this random moment where I just realized, this is supposed to be fun, you know? This is why you did it. So then I decided shortly after I got, or shortly before I got Adobe Premiere Pro, which is Adobe is the number one thing. I think they edit movies on Adobe Premiere Pro. It's the number one thing. Not to brag, but it's around the time I got that when I realized this is fun. This is a game, right? I'm not trying to be breaking the system with what I'm doing. I'm trying to make what I want to. And I learned to do that. And all that loops back around to where I am now. It's for me at this current date, which is July 15th, 2021, I hadn't made a video in 3 months, right? And back then I would have been freaking out at myself with internal guilt. And sure, it's still there. I really do want to make a video, right? But things get in the way. I took a 2-week vacation, and I was having the final month of school, right? And my microphone, I wasn't able to use my microphone for a short while of time, and I was tired and blah, 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 blah. All the things got in the way, and it's been 3 months, and sure, there's a little voice inside of me that's yo, you should maybe make some videos, or continue your video right now. But then I know it's yeah, I'm working on it, right? And I just got to keep in mind that it's a hobby, right? And sometimes you take some time to do stuff, right? I don't know, I've been working on this video for a bit now, right? And I'm gonna be honest, 60% done, I'd say, right? In the actual editing phase, and then there's the checkup stage that I have to do. So I'm probably 50% done now that I think about it. But the video is awesome, right? And I just gotta remember that, because all this story has led to me there's a moral to this story of like, don't ever overwork yourself. Because when I did that, I would always find I had less fun making the videos, right? There's sometimes just like weeks where I'll go not editing because I'm just like, I don't got anything in my head, and I'll just be fine with that because I know I'm gonna eventually get to it because I like doing it, right? And my brother, I love my brother to death. But one thing he says always, I visited him for 2 weeks, right? And I was talking about this video I'm making. I'm like, yeah, I spent a lot of time on it, and it's almost ready. He's like, dude, you haven't uploaded in 3 months. What are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, I haven't uploaded in 3 months, but I'm still very happy, right? And overworking is a reason why like things go hard in life. When you have like stress and all that blah blah blah, it like ruins everything, I realized. So I just decided I'm just gonna do whatever I want, right? I love gaming, and this will be said in the video, the update video that comes along with my next video. But I love gaming, right? It's always gonna be a part of me, right? And I'm gonna make gaming videos. But I decided, like, I want to branch out a little bit. Like, I've been doing gaming for 5 years now, right? Right, like, one medium is not all I want to do. So I decided I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna do some IRL content, just doing challenges, some gaming content, like, some commentary content, maybe blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'll do whatever I want, right? And I'm very excited about it because I'm getting ideas, right? Like, I have ideas for gaming videos to do, and I have ideas for IRL content to do, and I'm just excited about it, right? I don't know, it's like, less pressure putting on me is helping my creativity, right? Because sure, I'm making less, but sometimes less is more, right? My video hasn't been done for 3 months, but to me, just knowing it's there and that it's good is like perfectly enough for me. And in that sense, less is more. But with that all said, sometimes more is more, and I want to make some more videos, man. Sometimes you just need to talk, and I guess lo-fi just gives me the vibe, man, to just talk. Like, that wasn't supposed to be deep or anything. I'm listening to lo-fi, so that's why my talking sounds a little bit more almost like it's a sad moment in the show. But in reality, I'm just talking. Right, and I'm also focusing on the game, so I'm taking pauses in between it. So then it's like, all these things mixed together makes it sound super sad. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh man, that was a loud one. Yeah, one thing I noticed, like I said, for this stream, I'm just gonna be talking majorly to myself. Yeah, I knew I was dead after I felt the sneeze. One thing I realized, like, streaming, and making videos through the past 5 years is I notice, because I'm an avid YouTube user and I'm just I like content creators, right? And much like most people, it's just, you know, my life is kind of the internet. I have a lot of external friends and all that, but I always have the people online who I watch, right? And I always make time to watch them. And I realized through the years now that, like, and it's something that's been said before, but it's always said by the ones who made it. And I want to say it now as someone who hasn't and probably won't ever make it in YouTube, because I'm going to try making YouTube videos forever because I like doing it, but I'm more likely going to go into film, like editing movies or blah, 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 or filming or whatever, and just do this as a side because it's fun, right? And what every pro YouTuber says that I've always believed, right, because I'm a case of it, is like, do YouTube as a hobby, right? They always say, like, it's never worth it to try and get into it for money or fame or whatever, because it's most likely never going to work. A stat I heard a few years ago was like, there's like 1 billion minutes of video being recorded to YouTube every minute. This 29 minutes of the stream so far is among 1 billion minutes that have been thrown out there. Right? So when you think about it, for someone to click on your video at that point in time, it's a 1 in a billion chance if you're just counting everything that's made in that moment. When you count everything that's already here, your percent chance is more likely to win the lottery 20 times in a row, probably. So then I see these people, like, back when I used to play Fortnite, there was a creator who I will say genuinely cared about the content for a long time. His name was C-Day. But after, I think it was a year, he uploaded almost daily, right? All by himself, from what I know of. He never gave credit to an editor, and no editor was ever talked about. It was always him. And he used to spend like all day, every day on these videos, and I was just like, yeah, this guy's never gonna leave, right? He seems very like committed to the thing, to the YouTube channel. And then around a year after he started making those videos, he blew up, made a lot of money, and then left. And then every once in a while he'd come back for a video. And I realized it's like, yeah, he most likely either retired, or when he got into YouTube, he just played it like a game, right? He did what many people call like the grind set, because he was just in it to win it and then out when he got all the money, right? And that's nothing against the guy. That is a definite strategy to do it. But in my opinion, I feel like it's probably made him less happy to do it, right? In many cases, something like that will start off as, I want to do this for fun and do it as a hobby, and then they get professional, and then they realize they don't really like it, right? Here's an example. A YouTuber, I think it was 2020, just maybe 2019, during lockdown, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe just before, somewhere around there. It was a kid around my age now. I think he's 18 probably now. He made Minecraft videos. His name was Boffy, right? And, you know, probably recognize him, but he was, he clearly had a drive to make videos, right? He clearly enjoyed doing it. You could see that he liked it, right? And then he gained a lot of fame very fast, right? He gained that fame that everyone, including myself, wishes you could get. In a week, he got 1,000 subscribers. In the next 2 days, he had 10,000, and then the next week, he had 100,000. He had that growth that's insane. But then you realize, or at least I realized, like, Sure, now I would love to have that growth. Now that I believe my videos are professional, right? In my opinion, I feel like I make videos professionally. Right? He never had that chance to like grow what he wanted to do and grow as like a creator or grow in any way like that. Right? Because through the past 5 years, granted he started off on the editing phase, so let's just start with the editing phase, not just me uploading straight up stuff. I learned, first I had to learn how to edit. I had a free editing software, but he uses Premiere, I'm pretty sure. Right? And I had to learn how to do it, and you have to learn how to be mediocre, right? You have to learn how to do audio levels, video, blah, 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 cutting, splicing, music, blah, 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 whatever, everything you gotta learn. And then you gotta learn how to harness that. How do you, what's your style? What's your pacing? What's your comedy sense if you do comedy? What's everything that you do? What defines you, right? And through the past, I don't know, 3 years of editing now, 3, 4, I've learned what my style is, and I learned how I like to make videos, right? I like to be fast-paced, I like to have it filled with stuff, and I like to never have a dull moment. I like to make sure there's as much laughs in a video as possible, no matter how unfunny my jokes may be. I want to make my editing funnier than my voice if my voice is not that funny, or in some cases enhance what is funny about me, right? And hopefully, in some cases, play good games. But that's what I like to do. I like to just make fun, fast-paced videos where not necessarily turn your brain off, but just enjoy watching without having to, you know, soak in every single detail like it's a Jay Aubrey video. So I like doing. And all that to be said, he never had the chance to do that. He grew within, I think it was 2 months to 100,000 subscribers, right? And that level of fame in that amount of time is something that literally happens to not even the 1% of people trying. It happens to probably the decimals so low you probably couldn't even say it in a minute, right? You have to go 0.000000000. At that point, you just do that stupid line over top the zero that in math where it means infinite, right? And then eventually one of those days in saying the zeros, you put that 1 in, and then he's that percent that got it, right? And then I noticed he was playing like Minecraft and all that, and then he said it was always because Minecraft was dead, so he played other games, right? But you could see like there was something different, right? I always thought his videos were good. He always had this style of humor where he was just kind of evil, but like still kind of innocent in a way, where he just like, you know, he was kind of hilarious, but kind of serious. He was almost like, he's like, he's why like Shia LaBeouf is hilarious to see on Hot Ones. The guy just takes everything like super serious, but like is super just hilarious to look at and just be around. He just has this funny presence to him. Right, but then I see him start to lose what he liked to do in the game, and then you see him trying to experiment with other things. He made videos like Why I Love VR. You can see he's trying to experiment with different styles of content and editing, but then the video flopped. I love the video. It's actually, if I ever go on a binge of his channel again, it's like that's the video I watch every time, without fail. That's the video I will always end up watching in that day. But the video failed because it's different, right? And for all we know, that could have been the exact style he liked better, right? Or maybe it was another style he hadn't even attempted. But after that video, he went straight back to what he used to do, because in reality, if you blow up too fast, you're stuck to one thing. It's like a TikTok creator who pours ingredients on their table, like a mass amount of ingredients on their table to trigger people and say this is the proper way to do it, and then that's all they can do on TikTok. And they can't stop doing that or branch out to anything else because that's what they're known for, and that's why the audience watches. And they stuck to one thing, right? And I feel like if he had the time to experiment and genuinely wanted to do YouTube as a fun thing and was able to stick through the hobby phase, I feel like he would come into it knowing how he wanted to do it. Most likely he would grow. And he'd probably still be making videos to this day. But if I went to his channel now, I'm pretty certain it would probably be close to a year without anything from him. And all that to the original point of, like, every big YouTuber says, like, you do it for fun, right? Always started as fun, right? And the people I always hear from is someone like Jacksepticeye or PewDiePie or all that, right? And they always started, especially in PewDiePie's say, he started in 2010, I think, something like that, stupid like that, right? Some ridiculous, before there was even pay possible, right? So it's like, of course he's gonna say it started as a hobby because he had to. It was just a fun thing at the time, right? But you hardly ever see someone who started when it was a career possibility saying that. They always say, like, yeah, it's make sure it's what you want to do, right? But the biggest thing is, like, people always say, like, make your hobbies or your interests into what you want to do in the future. And I think a lot of people, or not a lot, because like I said, the decimal point of percent of growing like that is in the probably negatives, right? But a lot of people just try to do it for clout, right? And I personally think that, like, I don't know, the creators who blow up that fast never have the proper want to keep what they got, right? It's nothing against them, right? But they grew too fast, personally speaking, right? This could sound like I'm butthurt because who am I? I'm literally a nobody, right? But I think the YouTubers grew too fast to where if they had those struggling years or at least even months, right, they could see it and be like, I still want to do this, and I stuck through, right? And I enjoyed it for what it was. And then that moment when they get success, it's like, oh, I want to keep this for however long I can, right? And I actually want to keep it for however long I can, right? And many times I think the people who blow up too fast or go into it for the wrong reasons lose that part of it. Because people are always like, do it for fun, do it for a hobby. But then they always move on to the next topic, but they never discuss, like, why. And that's, I believe, personally, why. I think it all comes down to dedication, right? Because there's some people, who knows, they chase the money, right? Like the Jake Paul people, I don't know how fast they grew, but I knew they grew obscenely fast, obscenely quick. And, oh, my finger. And I know that they've stayed relevant because, well, for one, it's making a lot of money. And I know when Logan was, like, filming that dead body in the forest, which he's pretty much redeemed himself. I don't watch his podcast, but I know he's generally respected. I don't know whatever Jake is doing. I don't really care. But I know, like, during that time at least, I think he legitimately enjoys it now. He was just clout chasing, as people would call it, or like someone like Rice Gum, where it's like, yeah, you're just chasing the money, right? And there's some people who do that, and that's the reason why they make the videos, but it's usually the laziest videos on earth that 4-year-olds watch, right? But then there's people, it's like, yeah, you grew and you have good videos for everyone, and you're not toxic or anything, but then the clout comes, and that's when you don't want to do it anymore, because you just never had that moment of like, I'm gonna do this and try to keep it as long as I can because I finally got what I've been searching for. I don't know. That's always just been something that was interesting to me, and I just wanted to talk about it to myself here and just trying to figure out like what it was like why all these content creators who seem like they enjoy it at the start and grow really fast, why they stop. And I think it's all down to those reasons of instant fame causes not laziness, but less of a connection to needing to keep it. Because in reality, if you grow really fast, you're gonna think, well, if I leave, I can just do it again, right? That's automatically getting something in your brain. It's not like they're stupid. They know that they got lucky. But if anything happens once, your brain is gonna think, obviously it can happen again. The second thing is always like, if you grow too fast, you're stuck to one style, and whether you want to branch from that or not, you're stuck to it. And if you don't want to stick with it forever, then it's tough luck. And the third thing is just realizing it's not what you want to do. And that's what I came to figure out. Obviously, I'm just this young teenager, but on YouTube, I got no voice anywhere, but just saying from what I believe is true. And what I've tried to figure out through the years. I'm just checking the stream. But I suck on YouTube. I got no voice anywhere, but just saying from what I believe is true. Okay, I was just checking, yeah. Oh my god, that took a weird turn. Let's move on to something cooler. So I've always like been interested in like speedrunning games, or just not even speedrunning it myself, but interested in like videos on it. Like I've watched Small Ant speedrun games for as long as I could think. The Mexican runner was one of the biggest parts of like me enjoying Cuphead. I would watch his runs and just be like, wow, he's amazing. Because, you know, he had the world record in Cuphead. I'm not sure if he still does anymore. If he still runs or anything. But I watch these and I'm just always like fascinated by it, right? And one thing, I've always been able to do it, right? Like you can play any game fast, right? Or as fast as you can do it. But one thing I always lacked was, what is the timer that they use, right? And I knew it was one Google search away this whole time, but in reality, I had no reason to do it. But then I decided for this stream, when I finally got it, I was like, well, I wanted to have a 1 hour timer, and I just thought, well, what if I just decided to, you know, use what they use for once? And that's why I have the timer now. It's quite cool, actually. I like this little, whatchamacallit, timer. It's very intuitive, so if I ever do want to speedrun a game, which is quite unlikely, but if I ever do, it's an option for me, which is cool to see, personally speaking. By the way, I am not finishing Getting Over It. It is too hard for me. Like, it's just, I'm so bad at it. There's something about it in my brain. I don't get mad at it or anything. I play calmly. I enjoy it. It's just I can't do it. It's something about the game. I just can't beat Getting Over It. But I've gone on a mission to beat Bloons TD5. Or 6. Yeah, that's the new one, right? 6. I've gone on a mission to, over the next, it'll probably take a year, thinking about how every achievement is placed. It would take a year to get every achievement, but I have a dream to beat it 100%. Everything, all the challenges, all the levels, everything I want to beat, right? To completion. Every achievement. And it's going to be a long time to do that. But I want to do it. Who knows if I'll ever actually do it, but I've been addicted. In the past 3 days, or 2 days, 3 days, I don't even know. I think I have accumulated 35 hours in the game, which is pretty darn good, right? Considering I still do other things with my life. So I'll probably stream some balloons, just chill, another chill stream I can do. Honestly, the only other stream I did, dude, I scratched my thumb and I just ruined that attempt. The only other stream I did, well, I could do Minecraft, which I actually think I should, because why not just make a world? It would be easy. Hardcore world or something. But one other thing, I played that Mario game. I think it was New Super Mario Bros. The most ambiguous title I've ever heard in my life. It's like, really? You're just gonna use the same title as the original game, just put new? But anyways, like that game I played once or twice. I'm not sure how many times I played it. Twice. Yes, I did play it twice. And I actually want to finish that one off, like really badly actually. So that'll probably be a few streams. I have a few streams planned for this summer. You know what? For this attempt, I'm gonna go fully silent and I'm gonna get to 100. That was worse than my attempts when I talk. I noticed that. I was a bit rusty at the start because in reality I haven't made a video in 3 months, so it's been a bit since I've recorded anything. Yeah, but I noticed I was a bit rusty at the start. I was getting distracted by my conversation, but then I got back into it. Like, this is second nature for me, right? Talking in front of us people on YouTube or an audience is super easy for me because I've done it for so long. Like, obviously it's not too many people, but even on that Cuphead stream, which was surprisingly active, like, it won't sound like much to anyone, but to me it was the greatest day in my YouTube career for a live stream or like interactive stuff with a community, because I've had some good days. Like, a video of mine popped off, and over the past few months it's just like bumped up into 3-4K views now, which I've never even hit a K, so the videos I'm just so happy about. But this was the best day of like communicating with my audience. I played Cuphead, and that stream was amazing for me. I know I didn't get to articulate that much because I didn't want to get sappy and make people leave. Like, it's not like I'm gonna cry over it, but I didn't want to be like, yo, really, thank you guys, and then everyone would just be like, oh, this guy's being all cringe, right? So I might as well say it now. Like, I'm streaming to no one, but I just enjoy talking to myself. Like I said, that's what the whole purpose of this stream is. I just like to talk to myself, and if someone wants to listen to my rambles or jokes or conversations or whatever and come by and say hi, like, that's the point of these streams, really. Or at least this really lo-fi, just chill stream. That's the point of it. And yeah, that stream I played Cuphead, which I did want to do again. It's just, it was such a hassle connecting my controller, because I'm not going to play that game with keyboard and mouse. Like, I'm not going to learn. I S-ranked every boss on controller. I'm not going to learn how to do it on keyboard. But I plan to do it. It was just such an annoyance to do the Switch controller, because like, I connected it and it's like the wire controller doesn't work. Like, I connected it, and then every time I would play, it would just connect a second character as the same. Like, my one controller would control both of them, and it was really annoying. And it took me like, I started streaming and I was like, okay, we're just gonna play, right? And then I open it and it's all like broken. I'm like, what is going on? And like 9 minutes of annoyance, I'm like, I'm just gonna come back. And I started the stream again an hour later, and it's like, oh, okay, it's finally working. I don't know how it worked. That's why I can't play it again, because I literally don't know what I did. right? And it worked. And then I recorded or streamed for 3 hours. I beat the game, and then S ranked the first world and all but one boss of the second world. And in that stream, I had a consistent 22 viewers, which doesn't sound like a lot, but 22 people is so many people. Like, think about how many 22 people is. That's a classroom of students, right? That's more than an entire row of Oreos, right? You have like 4 Oreos and you're like conked out, or at least I am. Because I don't really handle sweets well, if I'm honest. I eat sweets and then I get lethargic, and for me it's like 4 Oreos and I'm out, right? It's like an entire row of Oreos, more, right? Just constantly there. I saw it rotating. There was figures who were staying the whole time. There was 4 or 5 people who were just like, yeah, I'm just not gonna leave until you end stream, right? It was interactive. There was always people commenting, right? And I was able to answer questions, make jokes. We had inside jokes on that stream. I can't tell you how crazy that is. To interact with an actual audience is one of the craziest things I've ever felt, because I've never had that. I've never had that where I can just interact with an audience, because I've always been this lower creator, and I know I am now. I knew that was a fluke of a day, right? If it happened again where they came in, then that would be awesome. And I'd love it if every stream could be like that, but I knew it was a fluke at the time. And I know it'll probably happen again, and hopefully I'll try and keep them next time. But I remember things are just awesome. In that 3 hours, I was like, in my brain, I was telling myself when I started the stream, I don't know, I'll play for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, try and beat the game, right? And then when I beat the game, I was just like, I don't want this to end, right? And I ended up playing till like 3 in the morning, because I started at 12. I stream late, right? Because that's really when I'm most like free to do it, because I live in a house with parents and all that, and I do things during the day. Like, it's not like I'm outside a lot. I'm definitely an indoor dude, but it's just the most free time is nighttime, and I'm kind of a night owl. So I was streaming, and it was like 1:30. I'm like, yeah, I should probably end the stream, whatever, because I was thinking it was gonna, or not, I was thinking that the stream would not have many people or anyone, like most of them. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just stream for a little bit, right? And then I started that stream, and then people were coming in, and when I beat the game, I didn't want it to end, so I just kept playing. And I just played and played and played and played and played. And I just played until I literally couldn't be up anymore. I played till like 3 o'clock, and then went to bed like 3:30, just like fully like couldn't even process that moment. Dude, that stream was so good. What I mean by inside jokes, there was one person who has multiple accounts on YouTube where they have Cleveland Brown, like they have an account called Cleveland Brown with Cleveland Brown's thing, Quagmire, Joe Swanson, Peter Griffin, right? And through the night, he just kept on coming back as all these different people. It's like, hey, it's Cleveland Brown here. I'm like, no way, Cleveland Brown. And then he like comes in as Joe Swanson. I'm like, Joe Swanson, Quagmire. And then the very last like 5 minutes of the stream, he's like, Peter Griffin here, the man, the myth, the legend himself. It's like awesome, right? It was amazing, right? And it's not to say I don't feel the same vindication in a stream like this. It's just a different experience. I have no one watching right now, but I'm enjoying myself quite a lot. I just like talking. It's something I like to do, right? Sometimes I talk too much, frankly, right? And I usually try to be funnier when I play games or on content, but it's like I'm playing Flappybird, man. What can I do? If you saw the ads that were beside the screen, by the way, you would be so weirded out, because these are the most bizarre ads I've ever seen. There's a game on the side called Anocris, and it looks to be like an ancient Roman game, but I can't tell what type of game it is. Here, I'll try and like drag this. Like, this is what it looks like. It looks so bizarre. It's by Lion Moon. Oh, my game stopped because I did that. Okay. Yeah, that was cool. It was a very cool day. Yeah, and it's not like I don't get vindication from making YouTube videos and everything themselves, because I really do. Every time I make a video, I'll watch it back many, many times, and I'll just be proud of what I made. And yeah, it's just that it was the first time I've ever talked to an audience like that. It was very cool. But yeah, I do plan to do more streams and stuff over the summer. I also do plan to finish off more videos. Right, like I said, I'm taking my time with the videos, but 3 months is a lot, even for me, right? Right? Even monthly, I'd rather get down to 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, right? Whatever I can do mentally, right? Because, you know, I don't want to hurt myself. But streaming is a good way to go in between those, right? Because my video won't be out for a while. And it's not like anyone's anticipating it, but it's just something I feel like, if I'm doing this, it's like, at least I'm doing something, right? Like, the video is not out, but at least I got this live stream, right? I can put something out there. Because in reality, I just like putting things out there. I really do. I just like making YouTube videos. Or putting just anything out there on the internet that shows a bit more of myself. I like it. Yeah, it's bizarre. I've gone a little bit more deep in this. Like, usually I don't. Like, I'll bring on some other subjects. Like, in recordings, very much less in recordings. Because recordings are very much, like, funny man, always, right now, best moments. But even on stream, it's, like, a very, like, very relaxed version of a recording. But I'm literally playing Flappy Bird. There is 0 things that I can make jokes about that aren't like in a story. And I guess all the things I want to talk about in a story were very, you know, serious. I'm gonna go silent for this last attempt, and we're gonna see what our final score will be. I mean, not serious, but just less funny. More like a story. So, I really enjoyed this stream. I thought it was nice. I'm going to do it again sometime. Who knows, maybe I'll have some people join the stream next time, maybe I won't. Either way, I'm going to do it again. I really enjoyed this stream. It was nice. It was just nice to talk. I'm not talking to anyone right now, but it was just nice to talk, you know? Maybe someone will watch this sometime in the future and listen and just be like, that was something. That was something for sure that I just listened to. But yeah, ending score 47. We'll go again. Again, the goal is to get 100 someday. But just because I didn't get it here, that just gives me a reason to do it again and come back later. Ouch. This never happens when my headphones are hurting my ears. They've been on all day. Yeah, I won't leave you guys any longer. I hope you have a good one. Whoops. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you when I see ya.